Alright guys, welcome back as always, and today it's time to go balls deep and analyze Boruto Chapter 28. Okay, first things first, let's take a look at the cover page. What's the first thing that comes to your mind, I wonder? It's probably this, right? No, but seriously, till this day, this is still a thing in the community, and in my opinion too. Sarada is obviously being used as fan service in this manga on purpose by Ikemoto, and sometimes it's very jarring. This is their way of making more sales and money, as well as pleasing certain types of fans, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, why is Sarada Uchiha a 12-year-old girl wearing 4-inch high heels and a skirt that high up? I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. Honestly, reading this sometimes makes me scared of something like this happening to me, god damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Anyways, jokes aside, I still have to compliment the artwork. I mean, I feel like Ikemoto in the Boruto manga is really developing great artwork and I like his style. Kijimoto is his editor and is obviously approving of it. Like, take a look at his artwork on Delta, Jigen or Kashin Koji. Their designs are refreshing and great. This chapter begins with Kawaki and Naruto going for a walk to buy a new vase, which they will replace the one Kawaki broke in the last chapter. Remember, as I explained in the last video, Kawaki needs to earn Boruto's forgiveness and is basically the foster son of Naruto now. Now, I know some people that are reading this chapter or listening are probably thinking, oh gee, it sure seems like Naruto suddenly has some free time for Kawaki, but not for Boruto, and that sucks about Naruto. But in my opinion, this is easily explained by Naruto himself in the chapter. This is technically a mission for him and he's playing the role of a Hokage still. He's trying to stop Kara from destroying the peace he has created by nurturing the vessel that they have created. Kawaki's goal is to gain Boruto's trust because he needs Boruto to get rid of the Karma Seal and defeat Jigen, ending the living hell he is currently in. This is why Kawaki is listening to Naruto and obeying him, as well as vice versa. Kawaki is closed off and doesn't trust them yet. He has never lived in a village before or socialized with anyone out of love or friendship, so he is learning from Naruto, his new foster father, but is mainly focusing on his own goals. This chapter revealed a lot about Kawaki's life, very subtly. Hopefully you guys noticed, but let me explain everything and my thoughts. Naruto and Kawaki meet up with Sarada buying a delicious snack. However, Kawaki responds with not understanding the concept of what a snack is. He doesn't really know how to have fun the way Naruto is showing him. This is essentially telling us, the readers, that Kawaki, being the adopted son of Jigen, really did live a strict life. He doesn't understand eating for leisure. His lifestyle must have had a routine based upon what Jigen had given him and he had no choice or free will. Sarada ends up recommending Kawaki to eat the custard version of the dessert, but Kawaki ignored her and ends up choosing chocolate. Now, in my interpretation, I think Kawaki did this because this is the first time he has ever been given free will to make a choice of what he wants to eat. He didn't want Sarada to tell him what to do just like everyone else does in his life. And some of you can think it was out of spite too, but I believe Kawaki genuinely is just a troubled kid that lacks social awareness. I mean, after eating the chocolate snack, he didn't even know what chocolate was and how good it tastes. On top of that, he didn't want to share it with Sarada. I mean, who doesn't like chocolate, right? This is a classic case of a child not knowing sharing is caring. It only exemplifies how sad Kawaki's past must be, not even having one friend to share his thoughts, food or feelings with. This is showcased throughout the whole chapter. It's great character development. For example, a child bumps into Kawaki and his immediate thought is to defend himself and attack. This portrays his troubled mind and how he must be treated at Kara. He's always on edge. He states this himself, that dangerous things are in this world and he must always be on guard. He also transforms pretty fast. In manga chapter 26, it was displayed to us how fast Kawaki thinks, his agility and great observation skills, and in my opinion, I think Kawaki can probably kill many further Jonin level ninjas at his state right now. The inorganic technology that has been implanted in him and the Karma Seal inside him, it really makes him pretty overpowered for his age. Naruto, Kawaki and Sarada visit Ino's flower shop. The first thing to point out is that Ikemoto has done a mistake, guys. What the hell? Ino has light eyes, but instead he drew them black. It's a minor thing that doesn't bother me, but I might as well tell you. Naruto tells Kawaki to pick a vase to replace the one he broke. Naruto reminds Kawaki that he needs to get on Boruto's good side. Naruto also informs Ino of the situation and keeps being a great Kage that he is. I'm not trying to be a dick rider out here, but I'm just telling you.
Good.
However, the emphasis on Kawaki not ever having a choice or free will before is exemplified again. This is because Kawaki is baffled that he has to choose a new vase and picks a random one. Naruto explains to Kawaki that it is important that he picks it out himself because it's a way of conveying his feelings to Boruto of his sincerity. Naruto really wants Kawaki to grow into his own individual and a person that understands emotions, because Naruto knows what it feels like to be rejected by society, being an orphan and lonely himself. He knows what Kawaki is going through but wants him to prevail just like he did. This is when things go really bad for Kawaki, because once the vase was chosen and Ino put flowers inside it, it triggered his PTSD of Jigen and living through hell. We have to remember, Kawaki literally stated last chapter that he'd rather be dead like the other kids than living for Jigen and being his vessel. So all these things put it into perspective of how shit his life must be. Just imagine that. Kawaki having PTSD is actually expected. It would be utter BS if he didn't have it. Whilst reading this chapter, I really did feel sorry for Kawaki as a person, and I really do love his character. There is just something about him that makes me want to support him and his goal of ending the life of hell that he's living. The writers of the manga really are doing a great job of portraying two sides of the coin that we must see. The contrast between Kawaki's life and Boruto as well as Konoha. They are showing Kawaki's flaws so we understand him better and possibly relate to his shortcomings in life. At the end of the day, we must remember that Kawaki didn't choose to be born the way he is or be treated as such. He's a 12 to 14-year-old boy that ended up in the position he didn't want to be in the first place. So saying all of that, the next panel really did become effective as a result. Naruto is such a great role model for Kawaki, I can't believe this, but this one image literally embodies what Naruto represents. His empathy and love for others and wanting to help them through their pain. Like, just look at this panel, just thinking about it to myself, right? Naruto knows what Kawaki is feeling, and I mean Naruto must have felt like this sometimes himself as a kid, but we didn't get to see it as much. But when witnessing this in Kawaki really does make you cry, man. Like, oh my god, why? I think Kawaki appreciates Naruto and really needed that hug. He's trying to adapt and shows his respect to Ino and bows. It's cute, he's slowly learning and the development is great. From this chapter alone, I can already tell that Sarada and Kawaki's interactions, they will be blown out of proportion and the new ship has officially been sailed, right? Now, will I mind or really care if Sarada and Kawaki become a couple at the end? No, not really. I don't know at this point, but the proper development beforehand must be there if it does end up happening. Sarada's characterization is kind of different from the anime to manga too. Sarada is more promiscuous in the manga, whilst in the anime she is more light-hearted and sarcastic. However, the core characteristics that make who she is between both media is consistent, and this is shown in chapter 28 again. Sarada and Sakura are very similar in their caring nature, and since Naruto and Sakura are her role models who have a lot of empathetic emotional understanding of people, it makes sense that she offers Kawaki to help vent his emotions and open up to her. I mean, we all know how Sarada is very observant. She observed Boruto from since he was a child and studies knowledge of the present and past. She's intelligent. This is our future Hokage, people. This is a Kage in the making. She isn't overly emotional like Boruto. Kawaki doesn't even deny that Sarada is her friend at the end. So yeah, Kawaki and Sarada are friends now because it's happened, right? Naruto states it. So by the end, Kawaki returns the vase and Boruto understands his feelings, but he wants him to glue the one he broke. I just think this is really being petty by now at this point that is 3 chapters. Boruto is just being annoying at this point. I mean, if you ever cross Hinata or Himawari with Boruto, I think he would literally skin you alive, it seems. Okay, now here are the juicy bits, like, this is delicious, but Kashin, Koji and Delta are in this chapter. Now, an interesting thing about Delta that I noticed in her design is her triangle earrings. This is likely because Delta is from the Greek alphabet and is a triangle symbol, right? So it may have a deeper meaning, but this is the obvious inspiration for the part of her design. Right now, Delta and Kashin Koji are looking to retrieve Kawaki. They both reach Konoha, but Kashin Koji explains that Delta cannot enter because Konoha has a chakra registration system that alerts the people if someone that isn't registered is entering or leaving the village. This is the sensory division led by the Yamanaka family. However, an interesting thing to note is that Delta responds by saying, "But that's a tale from the wartime, right?" This tells us that Delta must be young if she's calling it a tale. The last war was around 16 years ago, being the 4th Shinobi World War. However, maybe she is referring to the 1st, 2nd or 3rd Shinobi Wars, because that was literally the warring times since all 3 occurred within a span of few years. But to me, Delta looks like she is around 21 years old. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Kashin Koji also explains that the chakra registration system has been simplified, but anything foreign that enters alerts them in an instant. This results in Kashin Koji leaving Delta behind on purpose, and he enters Konoha. Like, what? Like, nani? Like, my man flies into Konoha like a hawk with a prey in sight. Now, how the hell is Kashin Koji entering Konoha? This means his chakra is registered, right? He must be linked to Konoha. There could be 3 explanations to this. Number 1 is obvious. Kashin Koji is related to Jiraiya, either being his clone or his son, a relative, or Jiraiya himself that has been modified by Jigen. Therefore, he is able to enter Konoha. The fact that he knows about the previous functionality of the barrier system, and the fact that he also knows that it's been simplified now, this tells us that he has up-to-date information. It could be possible that he's somewhat linked to Jiraiya. You need to watch our theory video we created 1 month ago, I believe, that explains everything. Number 2, in the anime, Kashin Koji is the one that put Katasuke under genjutsu to do his plans. In the manga, is Kashin Koji telling Ao to do so, but it's the same process. Either way, under this genjutsu, Katasuke could have been commanded to register Kashin Koji's chakra to the village, since he is responsible to monitor it for Kara. Number 3, does Kashin Koji possess the ability to change his chakra signature? A character that has this ability to do so has been showcased before, named Ro. This is in the Shikamaru Shinden novels and in the anime too. Ro has the ability called Chakra Disguise, which means the user will be able to change one's chakra signature, making it larger, smaller or even non-existent. Another thing that is really baffling me is that pretty much it's really obvious that Kara doesn't 100% trust Koji yet, and Koji seems to have his own goals too. Kashin Koji is the one that told Delta that they should allow Boruto and the gang to take Kawaki back to Konoha for some reason, and it's really obvious. It's because he knew he would be able to enter and Delta wouldn't. Kashin is trying to find Kawaki, but maybe once he finds out that Naruto is his foster father and he's with him all the time, I don't think he will engage in battle. However, Boruto is out alone right now, and I think Kashin Koji will take him as hostage and trade Boruto for Kawaki, and then the story might continue. Either way, the manga is really good. I love reading it. It's an amazing sequel to Naruto. I do recommend everyone reading it, and I just wish at least, man, just come on, man, like release it every 2 weeks at least or something. Monthly is really stretching it. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to remember to smash the like button. Join me next time, hit the notification bell, and let me know your thoughts below.